Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to the Econobox Garage. Come on in. Well, before I get started, I'd just like to let you know there's some exciting news I want to share at the end of this video, so stick around for that. Now, the car's been sitting for a few days now, and I've just come out to do another check on it. And as I mentioned at the end of last video, I do have some fairly significant runs. There's one right here. There's quite a number down by the license plate area here that I'll have to get out. And there's quite a few over the rest of the car. So the plan for this video is to get to work is cutting all those runs out. So several methods of taking out the runs. And the one I'm going to use is using just a razor blade to basically scrape them off. So what I've taken is a brand new razor blade. I've had these on hand for quite some time. And put some tape over the corners so that those corners won't scratch the paint. The idea is we take that and just, I'll switch cameras here in a moment, but basically you just take this and have it flat against the surface and then just scrape away the high spots on those runs. And you can see on this spot I have quite a few to get to and quite a few in other spots as well. So I've got a lot of work to do, so let's get to it. Well, after a lot of scraping and cutting and sanding, I've got all the runs out that I've been able to find. I did have to go a bit more aggressive underneath the license plate recess, so I've got some primer on there. Just on the side of the headlight pod here, and the same over here, and a couple of other spots. So what I'll do is I'll give those a shot of paint first, let that flash off, and then get to work on the rest of the car. So next I'm going to get the garage swept out. So I'll get the body all wiped down, get all the dust off. I'll go over it with the cleaner as I did previously. Then suit up, tack rag, and then get the sprayer going. As I was getting ready to put the second coat on, I realized that I hadn't painted the screws that hold the hinges to the door jambs. I've cleaned them up, shot them with primer, and now I can include those when I do the rest of the car. Now, as you can see, I'm getting set up for painting again. I knew I was going to run out of reducer and activator, so I went and picked up some more. And I still have about this much left of the color. So I've got plenty of paint now, plenty of activator, plenty of reducer. So I cleaned everything off. And I cleaned it all off with the final wash and some clean microfiber cloths. Next up, I'm just going to close the garage door down so it lines up with the top of the fan. I'll put my painting suit on, get in here with the tack cloth, and then we'll get going on painting some color. everything with the tack cloth, including the doors and that. I forgot to do this last time for the first coat, but I've wet down the floor. And I've got the fan going, sucking air out of the garage, and then I have a window open behind me here. And that makes me just about ready to start the spray after I get the paint all mixed up. Well, I got the second coat of paint on, and it looks way better than the first one did. Very few runs. There's one on one of the doors that I can spot so far, but other than that, it's looking pretty good. But very happy with how this is looking now. And then you can see just on the bottom of the door there's a bit of a run. And, oh, there's another one right on the edge. I think those will be easy to get out, or relatively easy. Remember to paint the door screws, so those are looking good. I've removed the plinth so that any paint that might drip off that doesn't drip onto the door. Anyway, looks way better than it did. Well, it's been a couple of hours since I sprayed, so now it's time to unmask. The only spots I'm really concerned about are down in this area, because that's a paint edge. The rest of this will just push off, and I'll just push that all into the center of the car. And I guess around the grill opening. I'm a little concerned about that one too. But well, here we go with everything unmasked, and again, I'm really happy with how this has turned out. No runs other than what I mentioned earlier. There's one on the door. I like how the gray goes with the Old English white here as far as the engine compartment. And I'm really excited to get the carpet in and that. But anyway, lots to do now that the paint is done. Very productive couple of weeks. Very excited of how things have turned out. Well, that wraps up this episode of the Econobox Garage. At the beginning of the video, I mentioned I'd be sharing some exciting news. After posting episode 85 last week, the Econobox Garage reached the 1,000 subscriber milestone. To celebrate, I've made a run of 10 1,000 subscriber stickers. The first 10 people to send an email to the address at the bottom of the screen, and I'll put that in the description below as well, and send me your mailing address, I'll send you one of the stickers anywhere in the world. I would like to thank all of you that have subscribed, as well as those that have been in touch through the comments section, by email, and even by telephone. Your words of encouragement, along with your suggestions, tips, and tricks mean a lot. Thanks again for your continuing support of the Econobox Garage. My name is Ian. We'll see you next time.